Hope Coast Studios in Oklahoma City. This is a Thunder Update with Anthony Slater. I'm Jenny Carlson. Big win on Wednesday night for the Thunder out in LA against the Clippers. A game that really could have swung the conference standings away from the Thunder and getting that 2 seed. Now it seems like aren't they pretty much going to have a stranglehold on that 2 at this point?
Yeah, I almost felt like yesterday was for the 2 seed. Whoever won, I kind of thought had the leg up and was likely going to win it. They're 2.5 up now in the Clippers, 3 in the loss column. There's only 4 games left for the Thunder, 3 for the Clippers. So I would say they're pretty much secure in their 2 seed. And I mean, what that game does, what that win does, is allow them to maybe rest some guys down the stretch. Rest Kevin Durant, who's leads the NBA in minutes per game, and kind of reintegrate all their injured players without having a kind of stressful environment of we have to win to get the 2 seed. So I think it was a huge win in kind of a playoff atmosphere. It kind of had a playoff feel to that game. Yeah, big win.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about what that could set up in the playoffs in just a second. Let's rewind a little bit more to that game against the Clippers. I mean, Clippers coming with guns a-blazing, essentially, because they knew what was at stake. Kevin Durant, obviously his normal great self. Russell Westbrook played really well. But kind of break that down for us. Where did you feel like the game turned for the Thunder?
I mean, they played some of the better defense they've played in a while. I mean, we mentioned they're getting healthy. They got Thabo Sefolosha back. Perkins played. It was only the second game in the last 51 games since Christmas Day that they've had their full starting lineup. The starting lineup that's really normally plays, they've been so good the last few years of always having that starting lineup. They really haven't had it this year. Got it back yesterday. Looked good. I mean, I think Barry wrote in one of his blogs I think it's going to be blogged. You know how Barry is. But I think when Thabo was on the court, they only gave up something like 46 points in like more than half the game. Mm-hmm. So he's important. I mean, this team's getting healthy at the right time, it seems.
Yeah, definitely so. Well, what about playoff matchups? I mean, right now the bottom of the Western Conference standings, a lot of jockeying going on right now. 3 or 4 teams really kind of vying for a position down there. Who do you think the Thunder's going to be up against? Who's that 7 seed going to be?
It's starting to kind of shake out a little bit towards this end, and it's really looking like it might be I-35. Thunder Mavs. There's still a way where the Mavs can drop, or if they really play well in the Warriors, drop to 7, which I don't think the Thunder want. That could happen, but I really think it's going to be Thunder Mavs. Thunder 1-2 this season against Dallas, but I still like that matchup for the Thunder. I think that's kind of a 5-game series type deal.
What you mentioned the success that they lacked against the Mavs. I mean, obviously they were playing shorthanded without some of those guys that were back last night. The band's back together. Yeah. Is that the answer to the question of why there was some struggles against the Mavs this year?
Yeah, I mean, because it's been defensive issues. If you remember the games, I think it was like 128 points, and then the one here, Thunder got blown out. Yeah. So I think the defensive issues will obviously get shored up with Sefolosha and Perkins back. Plus, playoffs are, they're a different animal. Teams play a lot more energized. They're focused on this team at all times. It's not, we're on a back-to-back, we're on the road, whatever. So, I mean, the Thunder, if you remember, they won 11 in a row against the Mavs before these last 2 wins. So I still think they match up well. I mean, I just don't think the Mavs have enough to advance beyond anyone that they meet in the first round, and if it's going to be the Thunder.
Lastly, if it is the Mavs or if it's somebody else, is there a team that the Thunder would like to see more than another in that 7 spot, or do they feel good about whoever it might be?
I would think the Suns would probably be the ideal matchup. I mean, that's a team that would be, happy to be here.
Right.
Pretty much mission accomplished if they get it in the playoffs. So I think if you could ideally pick a team, it'd be Phoenix. You'd take Dallas, and then you probably don't want Memphis or Golden State until at least the second round, right?
Slugfest with Memphis in the first round. Good times. Hey, be sure to stay with the best coverage team anywhere at newsok.com and every day in the Oklahoman.